Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of In the Pocket, presented by CrossBonesMMA. My name is Eddie Law. I am your host, along with my buddy Nick Pilecki, straight out of Texas. A little confused, probably because of the weather, the people down there. Something's wrong with this guy. You'll see why, at some point this show. But Nick, how's it going, man?
Everything's good, man. How's everything going with you?
I'm still alive. Pneumonia and valley fever hasn't killed me yet, so I'm still kicking here. So we'll be hopefully I can make it through 6 months and then I'll be healthy. But anyway, let's kick it off, man. Let's get right to UFC Chicago. I mean, it was a little unexpected. I'm talking about the main event, but let's go over the whole event here. In the early prelims, we saw Zach Cummings end the night early, and Dominique Steele's night early with a knockout there. Then Jessamyn Duke kind of made an ass of herself, and I know you saw the picture of the little Reebok wardrobe malfunction that Elizabeth Phillips had. Do you think it's going to be a thing with the women?
Yes and no. They claimed themselves to work with Ronda Rousey about this kind of thing, and it happened. And I think that they're going to have to either redo or rethink the sports bra that they made for the Reebok deal and everything like that. Maybe me and my girlfriend were actually talking about it. We think that they should fit it to each fighter, not say, okay, you're a small, you're going to wear a small. Okay, you're a medium, you're going to wear a medium. Maybe they should even fit the women fighters so they don't have incidents like this again. It sucked, but it's a learning process for Reebok right now.
Man, yeah, it sucked for Miss Phillips there, but for every perv on the internet, they fucking love that shit. That shit got retweeted so much, man.
It was on my Twitter. It's still on my Twitter timeline.
Yeah, it still pops up every couple hours. Is someone still retweeting Elizabeth's nip slip, which really sucks, but at least she got the win that night. So I can't hate on it way too much.
Yeah.
Not to mention, anytime you see a titty, it's kind of a good day. So it's can't hate on it too much. Anyway, after that, Andrew Holbrook gets a decision win over Ramsey Nijem. I didn't agree with this. I thought Nijem did enough to win the fight. What did you think?
Totally agree. Nijem did way too much to not get the win. I was completely shocked at this. I think one person had it going his way. Mm-hmm. One of the judges had it going his way, but he had 6 takedowns. He had 29 significant strikes. I don't understand it. He controlled the whole fight, and then Andrew Holbrook takes the win. So that's just one of the judges' mistakes this whole card, in my opinion.
Yeah, and honestly, this is when I knew all my picks were screwed. Like, I was fucked on picks this whole card, and this is what started it for me. Like, first of all, I picked Jessamyn Duke, but just out of hope that she could show something. She showed hard at the end of it, but for the first 2 rounds, she got owned. And then Ramsey Nijem pretty much, in my opinion, dominates Holbrook and then loses via decision. Once that happened, I'm like, I'm not getting shit in this card. So anyway, after that, the headliner on the prelims was Darren Cruikshank against James Krause. Nobody giving Krause any shot whatsoever. Somehow he hurts Cruikshank, subs him out. I was surprised as hell. I thought James Krause was gonna get snuffed out. What'd you think?
Same. I had Cruikshank just finishing him, knocking out TKO or anything like that. But James Krause came out to fight. He came out like, no, I'm not losing this one. I'm gonna take this win, and did it in first round, I believe, submission. So good job. Proved half the world wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not a James Krause fan. I'm still not. The guy's, he just never showed me enough to really be a fan of his. But kudos to him for being able to sub out Cruikshank. And Cruikshank's disappointing the hell out of me now. Because he's been a pretty solid guy for the most part, and then to come out and lose like that was pretty it was real bad for him. So hopefully he doesn't get a pink slip anytime soon, but he's on his way to that. After that, the most depressing part of the entire night, Brian Caraway wins the decision against Eddie Wineland. Depressing for 2 reasons: 1, because Brian Caraway won, but 2, because Brian Caraway won with striking. Okay, with striking, and Eddie Wineland is a striker. All right, anytime you see Eddie Wineland fight, he's gonna throw down with somebody, right? And Brian Caraway outstruck him. I mean, I was sitting there going, "What the hell's wrong with Eddie?" I mean, what did you think about that shit?
I was completely just surprised. I don't understand what was going on with Eddie Wineland. Brian Caraway does not look like a great striker. He didn't even look like a great striker in this fight. He looked like a lazy striker, hands down, just looked super lazy in this whole fight, and he was beating Eddie Wineland on the feet, and I was completely surprised at that. To that, I was yelling at my screen Eddie, why don't at least take it down? Like, shit, you need something to win this fight. I don't want Caraway to win because no. And he ended up getting the win, depressing win for myself, and I know yourself as well.
Yeah, that shit was depressing as fuck because I can't stand Brian Caraway. That fishhook son of a bitch should have won, but what are you going to do? All right, after that, Ben Saunders gets a decision win over Kenny Robertson and a pretty entertaining fight. I thought for sure Saunders would be able to use that 10th plan of jiu-jitsu and finish the fight at some point. Wasn't able to, but it was a pretty fun fight. I mean, overall, it was entertaining. What'd you think?
It was entertaining. This is the fight that I was actually screaming at the TV, take him down. You're losing on the feet. He was getting destroyed and somehow ended up getting a win. This is the fight that I thought should have gone the other way. I think that Ben Saunders did that little bit more, but I could have seen it going both ways. But hats off to Ben Saunders for just sticking to it and just staying on his feet and trying to outstrike somebody. But if he took it to the ground, he could have finished the fight. There is one time, I believe, in the first round, he took it to the ground and started going for omoplata and almost had it. And he was controlling on the ground. He's like, "Nah, I'll just stand up and box the whole time." So,
yeah,
whatever. Exactly. Eddie Bravo was yelling at the he had him on the ground, going for an armbar.
He could tell him, grab the right arm, grab the right arm, grab the arm, take the arm, take the arm, take the arm. And I'm sitting here, sitting at home. Yeah, I'm sitting at home yelling, take the arm, stupid, what the hell? It's right there. Like, Robertson had no idea that he was fucking up. You know what I mean? He had no idea he was fucking up with that arm out there. And then Ben Saunders just wouldn't grab the arm.
I don't understand it. Like, Eddie Bravo, that whole round was just screaming, take the arm. I think the crowd was even screaming, take the arm. But he's like, nah, I got this. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Just on his back and shit. Hey, but we're at whatever, man. He gets the win. So hopefully this next fight's more exciting. Then Jim Miller gets a decision win over Danny Castillo. And then in another one of those shockers, and they apparently got performance in the night, Tom Lawler gets a knockout over Guillaume Villante. Completely unexpected. Early in the actually looks like, in the second round, yeah. I didn't expect that at all. What'd you think?
I saw it and I was like, no fucking way. There's no way he just did that. That's all I said during that whole fight. And he got performance on the night. So good job, Tom Lawler, but completely out of left field.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it was a weird thing to see, to be honest with you. I'm not a Lawler fan. I don't care for Lawler. He's a clown. To me, he's a clown. Rumor is that he tried to dress up like Conor McGregor when he was going to walk out, but the UFC, struck that, and the Reebok deal killed all the fun. Anyway,
didn't he say in his post-fight press conference, he's like, well, maybe I shouldn't dress up and actually take this seriously, and maybe I'll get wins. I think he said something like that.
Yeah, right?
Well, yeah, maybe you should do that instead of being a jackass.
Yeah, but Lawler's a jackass, but he's a fun jackass. That's why everyone likes him. Won't send me. I think he's annoying. But anyway, after that, Joe Lozon becomes a ref and calls his own fight after he hurts Takanori Gomi, ends up on top of him. Gomi was face down. And Lozon just dropping bombs on him, and then just gets up and walks away. And in my opinion, one of the most epic walk-off wins in years, right? Mm-hmm. And it took Herb Dean was funny because Herb Dean goes up and was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Looks over at Gomi, looks back at Joe. Joe starts walking back. He looks back at Gomi, sees that Gomi's completely out, and he goes, "Okay, never mind, you're good. Go call the fight." Have you ever seen a more epic walkout? Okay, in my opinion, it's an epic walkout. Have you seen anything ever like that?
No, that was straight respect for from Joe Lozon. He said that Gomi was one of his idols growing up, and when he started training MMA, and he noticed that he was out, and he's like, all right, cool, I'm done. I'm gonna walk off now. I got this win, and it was smart in his opinion, or in my opinion, and then not smart too, because the fight could have continued. He could have lost that round, or something crazy could happen. But good job, Herb Dean, for noticing. Oh yeah, maybe he did stop his own fight. Maybe he was out. Joe Lozon completely shocked me. I had Gomi taking this. I like Joe Lozon, I really do, but I thought Gomi was going to end up putting up a better performance than he did, but I was wrong. I was very wrong.
And I like Gomi a lot, man. I was hoping he was going to do something better, but I mean, it just wasn't his fight, man. He might even be done. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. Takanori Gomi, he's a legend, easily legend. So, all right, after that, and then one of the most entertaining fights I've seen in a very long time, and you could almost have called it a draw. Edson Barbosa pulls up a decision win over Paul Felder. Dude, Paul Felder could take damage like no other. Edson Barbosa has a chin again. So, I mean, I would love to see the rematch. I really fucking would. I would love to see the rematch of these two guys just go at it again. I have a new fire respect for Edson and an even bigger respect for Paul Felder. I mean, did you see Paul Felder's ribs? Like, they were just bruised to everything. And he was still coming forward, to eating shots to the ribs, still throwing back. What did you think of that fight? I mean, this is the kind of fight that everybody loves. This is the kind of fight that gets a casual fan and those just bleed assholes to jump out of their seats. What do you think of it?
No, it was the best fight on the card, in my opinion. From all the spinning kicks, spinning back fists, to them landing them constantly, to the groin kick even. I screamed when I saw that groin kick.
God, that hurt like a bitch.
When he did that spinning back kick. But other than that, I love that fight. I want the rematch. I also had it kind of like a draw, but I also had it for Barbosa because he just did that little bit more. But once it go to the decision, I'm like, this can go either way. I didn't care who won, who lost. It was just that much of an entertaining fight with all the spinning shit going on. But Felder, like you said, his ribs were bruised all the hell. And third round, he got hit with another spinning back kick, and he's like, hit his own ribs. He's like, come on, let's go. There's still some fight. I loved it. I want this rematch at least 3 more times. The same fight 3 more times.
If either one ever gets a title, man, I'd love to see that rematch. It'd be legit. All right, moving on here. Let's talk about the co-main event. Miesha Tate gets the decision winner over Jessica Ai. Now, here's the thing about Miesha Tate. I'm not a fan. I'm not. She's hot as shit. I will always be like, she's a fine-ass woman. It's great. But I'm not a fan of hers because her attitude comes off as super fake to me. But she has improved, man. She has power now. She didn't have power like this, before. Before it was her wrestling, and little shots here and there on the ground and pound. She did it on the feet. She hurt Jessica Ai pretty bad and then just basically dominated her the rest of the fight. To Jessica Ai's credit, she did hold her own pretty good in the first round. But Miesha Tate's always been a slow starter. We've known this. In the first rounds, her first rounds are always terrible. And then she just turns it up in the second. But, Jessica Ai, kind of lit her up a little bit in the first, and then Miesha just, threw that big-ass right hand, rocks her real bad, and then takes over the rest of the fight. And now Miesha Tate gets the title shot. You know what I mean? Winner of, Ronda Rousey. So she's going to get Ronda Rousey next. And, do you even care about that third fight?
I said it before. This is the only chick to take Ronda Rousey past the first round and past the second round. She actually went 3 rounds. Yes, I want to see the fight again. I think she's earned it, man. She's earned it. Like, she's fought everybody that there is to fight right now. She earned her spot back up there, and she's evolved, like you said, as a fighter now with her striking. Her coach had said that she worked on strength and conditioning this whole camp, and she ended up knocking down Jessica Ai, I think, twice in the fight with the overhand right. And she was timing it perfect, too. If you see the fight, she was just capitalizing on Jessica Ai's jab. And noticing once she throws a jab, she drops her hands, boom, I'm going to hit that overhand right, and she did a good job. So hats off to Miesha Tate. I'm a fan, I guess you can say. But I do want to see the rematch. I do. But we'll get more into that later.
No, but you're that jackass is gonna after Ronda, embarrasses the hell to Betch Kohei, you're gonna be like, oh well, Miesha Tate could beat her because she took her to the third round.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Miesha Tate will get probably destroyed again for the 3rd time, but she's earned it. She's showed that she wants it and everything like that. If Ronda Rousey wins this weekend, if she wins this weekend, Miesha Tate's earned it, and I'll be excited to watch the fight.
Look, man.
The lead up to it's going to be exciting. You got to admit. They already hate each other. Lead up to what? To Tate? Tate Rousey. If Ronda Rousey wins, if Ronda Rousey wins, the lead up to that fight's going to be sick because it was last time.
Okay, look, man. I'm just telling you right now. All right. It's going to be Ronda. All right. First of all. Second of all. No, ain't nobody trying to see Miesha Tate get the shit kicked out of her again. Not for the 3rd time. Come on, man. Have a heart. Have a heart. You want to see her get massacred for a 3rd time? Who
else is in the division that she can fight? Jessica Ai's already stuffed. She's already been gone. Who else in the division?
Let's just railroad the rest of Holly Holm's hype now. Let's end that shit now.
That shit ain't gonna happen. I don't think that shit's gonna happen.
You're right. There's no one there. There's no one there.
Yeah, there's no one in the division except for Miesha Tate, who's been winning and going for that title shot, saying that she wants it. And Holly Holm, she's sitting there just getting wins here and there, but they're not impressive. Miesha Tate actually impressed me her last 2 fights.
Look, all right, we'll move on. We'll talk about that fucking other fight in a second here. All right, moving on to the main event. TJ Dillashaw. Well, he surprised me a little bit. Well, okay, I take it back. Renan Barão surprised me a little bit by not fighting the way I thought he was going to fight. I thought he was going to come back with a vengeance. You know, started talking all that shit. Oh, well, come get my belt back and all that crap. And we got someone tweeting. Mike Jarvis says, "If I can't wait to hear this shit." Oh, it's gonna be great, Mike. Just hold on a second. We're gonna talk about 190 in a little bit. You can hear a explanation by Nick why he's fucking delusional. All right. So TJ Dillashaw just destroys Cruz. Sorry, not Cruz. We wouldn't destroy Cruz. Barão. I'm already thinking ahead. He destroys Barão, dude. He's too fast. You see that 20? The last combo he hit him with before Herb, was it Herb Dean or was it Big John? Herb Dean, right? Herb Dean. Okay, whoever, the ref. The combination where the ref even stopped it was a 27 punch combination. 27 strikes. Renan Barão knew before that combo started that he was done. That dude had nothing. He had nothing. Okay, that shit was over. I think it was Aaron Robbins last night on Keyboard Warriors that said that Renan Barão was defeated before he even walked to the cage or on the way to the cage. You know, looking down, not hyped up at all, not ready to fight. Meanwhile, TJ Dillashaw is hugging people and quoting Aaron Robbins, you know, grabbing titties on the way to the freaking cage and shit. You know, he was hyped up, man. He was ready to go. And that was that's the difference. The confidence thing is a huge deal in MMA and in any combat sport. Hell, in any sport whatsoever. You lose your confidence in basketball, you could suck forever. You know, you could have been great the first 3 years of your career, and then you know be a bench warmer for the rest of it because you just lost your confidence. So, what do you think of TJ? You think TJ is going to be a champ for a very long time, or do you think one Dominic Cruz will return to take his title back?
I'm iffy on that, man. I was very impressed with TJ versus Barão. Like you said, Barão came in that cage, he already looked defeated. And the way TJ was boxing, the way he was moving, I knew same TJ, and he was going to end up taking this win again. And like you said, that 27 punch combo, whoever made the video with the Mario coins, with the counter, with the Mario coins, is a genius.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, because that was very entertaining. But I want to see that fight because I think they both have the same styles, that same fast movement, the same awkward head movement and shit like that. And I think it'd be an entertaining fight. Who do I think would win? Dominic Cruz. I just think Dominic Cruz is way different animal.
I agree with you. I would take Dominic Cruz in that fight any day. And TJ Dillashaw, look, they got similar style. TJ probably has more power, but I think Dominic Cruz, like that dude, just knows when to get takedowns, and he gets takedowns. Like, will he be able to take Dillashaw down? It's to be seen, but I would lean towards I think he could. So
I don't know. I'm excited for that. If TJ wins, still hats off to TJ. I will not be unhappy at all. But I think Dominic Cruz will be the one to beat TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, more than likely. All right, let's move on to a couple more things before we get to UFC 190 that's going on this weekend. The UFC sued Wanderlei Silva because of all the shit he was talking about having proof of fixed fights and shit. Has Wanderlei's mouth finally gotten him in too much trouble, Nick?
It's about damn time. It is about damn time that his mouth finally got him in trouble. Yes, he should be sued by the UFC. I think that it's been something coming towards him. And I'm surprised he didn't get sued in the past. So it's you fucked up. Basically, you fucked up.
What do you think about Wanderlei? This is the thing about Wanderlei getting sued. Now, Wanderlei came out and said he had proof that the UFC fixed fights. So my first thought when I heard this news, like, dude, you better have that proof, man. Yeah. Like, you better have that proof, or it's your ass, dude. And I'm trying to pull up the exact, because I know someone. Okay, it's defamation. Okay, I'm pulling up while we're speaking. I'm pulling up the charges here, or the allegations. But the lawsuit claims Silva committed intentional misconduct and asked for an undisclosed punitive damages for defamation as well as attorney's fees. Zuffa also asked for damages in excess of $10,000 for disparagement. Zuffa attorney Colby Williams says this, quote, over the past year, Silva has continued to criticize Zuffa, its owners, and executive officers, and the Nevada State Athletic Commission. While Zuffa has monitored Silva's remarks, the company has largely dismissed Silva's attacks as the misguided rants of a disgruntled ex-fighter. Silva's latest outburst, however, indisputably crossed the line and necessitates swift legal redress. Simply put, one of the most damning and damaging allegations to the reputation of a fight promoter like Zuffa is to brand it as a fight fixer, end quote. So that's exactly what's going on. Vanderlei saying he's got proof that a fight was fixed, and so now he's going to be forced to bring said proof. Now, do you believe that he has that proof? And second, you know, a lot of people are kind of upset at the UFC for even going after him. I'm not. I think you can't be talking all that shit, dude, and then, you know, not expect to get smacked. Nick Diaz would agree with the fucking UFC lawsuit. He'd be like, yeah, man. You look, you got people like you, people where I come from, people like you get slapped. This is the UFC going, boom, bitch, what up?
Yeah, no, unless you have that proof, shut the hell up. Because if you have that proof, let me see it. I want to see it. Like, shock me, but I don't think you have it. No proof. You're just being a jackass, just trying to say something. And because you're pissed off. You can't fight. That's why he's saying this stuff. Because he's pissed off because he can't fight. So maybe if he shut his mouth for a little bit, maybe he could have come back to the UFC. But no, you're done. Goodbye.
Well, he could have at least avoided getting fucking sued, man. First of all, there's no way he's got that much money. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to be hurting for cash right now. I mean, he was trying to sign shit for Bellator. UFC cut that off because he's still under what's it called, under contract, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it kind of sucks, like for Vanderlei. But again, like a lot of people are like, oh, freedom of speech, yeah. I'm like, look, first thing you learn about freedom of speech when you actually study what freedom of speech is that you can say whatever you want in this country. It's the greatest country on the planet for freedom of speech, right? It still doesn't mean you're not going to get consequences for the shit you say. Okay? There will always be consequences for the shit you say, good or bad, but there'll be consequences, right? Sometimes you can say some shit on Twitter and you know, fucking shit talk anybody you want and get away with it because it's Twitter. But once in a while, man, you make the wrong video, you say the wrong fucking thing and say you got proof of a fight fix thing and you start messing with someone's reputation. Just like a certain dude on Twitter today, I read, put up a picture of Ronda and said, you know, Ronda's in Brazil. Their testing is not that stringent. You know, maybe she's on roids. Look, she's got acne. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you serious? Are you serious? First of all, the USADA has changed the way they test stuff everywhere. Okay, they're handling this shit. Not Brazil. USADA's doing this now. Okay, so she's not gonna be taking roids. But because she has acne, you immediately think roids. Look, I don't know how many girls this dude has dated, but girls get acne when they're on their period. Okay? And that happens every month, bro. Okay? So she's not juicing every month. She's not doing anything crazy. Chill the fuck out.
Hey, you don't know that.
I do know.
So much shit.
You know what? I take it back. Some girls take birth control to avoid it.
Oh yeah.
Right? And that'll fuck with a lot of things. Probably. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But anyway, see that's an example right there. I'm not saying shit about your health because I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to get sued. Anyway, so Vanderlei, we know he's been a nutty bastard for a while now. Ever since he got suspended or banned for life, basically. Yeah. Actually, I think they got taken away. I'm not sure what's going on now, but for all intents and purposes, he's banned for life, and because he skipped out on a test. So you just keep making mistakes, Vanderlei. Sooner or later, we're gonna see your ass in ONE FC over in Asia because that's all you got left. And it sucks because he's a legend, but damn. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And the UFC's not going to lose this lawsuit, I'm telling you right now. Unless Vanderlei has that proof shit you're talking about, it's not happening. He's in trouble.
There's no way he's coming back in the UFC anyway, so I don't...
Look, hey, picked his back.
If Paul Daly's not back in the UFC and he's a monster outside of the UFC, there's no way that Vanderlei's coming back. No.
Two things. One, Paul Daly punched the guy. Even though we all hate Koscheck, he punched the guy after the bell, the buzzer, the horn, whatever. The fight was over. He punched him. Okay. Second of all, he's fighting tomato cans in Bellator. Let's not give him that much damn credit.
Sure.
He's not fighting that great of guys. And until I see him fight a top 5 guy in the world, Paul Daly's still a question mark to me. Nick Diaz fucked him up. Okay. And Nick Diaz is a bad motherfucker. Let's not take away his credit whatsoever. Okay, but he had an easy time to do it, in my opinion. So anyway, all right, moving on here. Let's oh shit, what else? I freaking lost the list. Well, you want to talk about Stitch? You weren't here to talk about Stitch. The Reebok deal, and it's funny because I'm wearing a Spartan Race shirt, and it's actually what do you get? Is right here? Yeah, it's actually done by Reebok, but still, fuck Reebok, even though I'm wearing a shirt. The Reebok deal has got a lot of people in trouble. First, you had Brendan Schaub gets his kit taken down. A lot of fighters talking back about bad pay or bad sponsorship pay and all that shit. Obviously, like I said, Brendan Schaub was talking shit, and who knows what's gonna happen to him. And then Stitch gets fired strictly because of the comments he made about the Reebok deal. I know we didn't get to talk to you when it happened. I already gave my opinion on it. What do you think about this? And do you think it's the last we see of a firing because of Reebok?
No, it's not the last that we see of a firing because of Reebok. I think it should have been separated to the fighters. Like a cut man, he's hired outside the UFC to be the cut man, right? Out of the athletic commission. He should not have to wear Reebok. He can say whatever he wants. Along with the fighter, is an independent contractor. He doesn't have to work there. He doesn't have to do that stuff. And I think it's bullshit. I really do. I don't think that Sid should have got fired because he's saying his opinion. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But talking about the Reebok deal, like we talked about it before the show, that Conor McGregor was not wearing any Reebok during the weigh-ins or during the the post-fight press conference.
Yeah.
He supposedly refused.
According to Chael Sonnen, he refused. If you listen to Chael Sonnen's podcast, he said that Conor McGregor refused to wear. In fact, we got to see it, right? When he won the fight, and he got handed his champion shirt, he just threw it to one of his corners. Yeah.
So if you're going to fire Stitch over that, you should punish some of the fighters if they're not going to wear the kit that you're making a rule for. Like, I know Dana White, which I almost had a heart attack, put a joke on about Joe Rogan wearing his On It shirt. I almost had a heart attack. I thought I was going to be done.
It's because people were bitching about, well, how come Stitch gets fired but Joe Rogan wears On It shirt? And it's like, hey, look, Joe Rogan must have something worked out with Dana White or something to where he can wear On It.
It's the same thing. Like, Joe Rogan is technically an independent contractor. He doesn't have to be there. He doesn't have to. He's an employee. Is he an employee by the UFC?
Pretty sure he's an employee by the UFC.
Oh, yeah, he does all the pre-fight stuff. So, yeah, he's an employee of the UFC.
Well, but at the same time, even more, he should be held in a more...
he should be held accountable and wearing Reebok stuff.
But I'm telling you, he works something out. Joe Rogan's a very convincing guy.
Yeah. Well, he has his own sponsors for his podcast, too, so I'm pretty sure he has something in his contract, sure. So... you never know. But even CM Punk was talking about it in his interview. A lot of people asked him, what do you think about the Reebok deal? Why are you happy for it? Do you care? He's like, no, I get $2,500 for wearing a kit because, one, I don't have no UFC fights, and two, I get a jersey. Whatever. I'll wear a jersey. I'm just going in there to fight. And I think a lot of some fighters like it, some fighters don't. Like,
yeah. CM Punk's point about that was, I get $2,500 that I didn't have before, right? So I mean that's a point, but you got to keep in mind that CM Punk's also a millionaire. That dude made a lot of money, fake wrestling. So pro wrestling, whatever.
Do you know he's going to be using CM Punk as his name? He owns that name.
If he owns that name, I know. What I do know about pro wrestling is that they usually own your fucking name, right?
Yeah, he owns that one, and he's using it. He's going to be using it. He's not using Phil Brooks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, oh, Phil Brooks. Like, nah, fuck that. You want to CM Punk.
So if The Rock came in the UFC back in the day, would you call him The Rock or would you call him Dwayne Johnson?
You see, if he was back in the day, if it was in his heyday in wrestling when he was still super popular, you should go by The Rock.
Yeah.
But if it was like earlier than that, it should be Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, real quick. This looks like breaking news, but kind of not. But it's something we should talk about.
Yeah.
Thiago Alves is dropping at 155.
What? I wasn't. We're not talking about the same thing. Thiago Alves is dropping 155.
Yeah, I'll go first. Thiago Alves is dropping at 155. Looking to debut in December. Okay, isn't there going to be an IV ban? What the fuck are you thinking, Thiago?
It's a suspension. It's not banned right now. It's a suspension, and I think I was doing some more research on it. I think it's bullshit.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that IV ban's gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
So
it's stupid.
At the same time, Thiago Alves is not a small dude.
No.
At all. So going down to 155, in my opinion, is kind of dumb. But hey, we'll see what happens when. What were you gonna say? Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Let me go back to it. It's not fully official, but they're trying to make it for UFC 191. Andre Arlovski versus Frank Mir at 191
for a title shot.
Probably. What do you think about that?
Where the hell is Verdun?
Verdun?
No, Verdun was bitching about, Kane was never active. He's always hurt. Now you want to be inactive, motherfucker? Or
Because
inactive,
he has the
motherfucker?
belt. He's getting paid. He's
Gives
being
a fuck.
that little bitch.
No, you can't talk shit about the other champion not fighting and not fight. That's called being a hypocrite.
True. Yes.
All right. So now I have a reason to hate Verdun. So fuck you, Verdun, in the most respectful way possible.
Ben Henderson injury update. Smooth wants to return in November to fight.
Ben Henderson?
Yeah.
Ben Henderson's fucking competing at ADCC. How's he injured?
He was injured with what, rib? Was it rib?
Oh, this injury that he had last.
Yeah, his injury had last, but he wants to return November 28th in South Korea.
So he's good enough to grapple now then, because he's doing ADCC.
Oh, yeah.
So, by the way, if I can find that on TV or on a stream somewhere, I'm gonna watch it. I love watching grappling and jiu-jitsu and all that. Mostly just jiu-jitsu, but still. All right, let's move on here. I think that's all we had. Oh wait, no, we have UFC 190, of course.
Oh yeah.
Going down this weekend. We'll go over the entire card. First of all, real quick, looking at the card, I'm not excited about the card. I'm really not. Okay, even the main event, I'm not that excited for, and I'll tell you why when we get to the main event. But when you look at this card, do you say here, take my money, or do you go, shit, someone split it with me, or do you go, let's go to a bar somewhere?
I'm going to the bar, even though Ronda Rousey's fighting. I'm even working that night. That's how not excited I am for this whole card. I just want to see either Ronda Rousey get beat or destroy someone in 2 seconds this time. The only other fight I'm interested in is the Neil Magny Damian Maia fight, and then the Jessica Aguilar fight. We got both Nogueira brothers fucking fighting on the same card. They're still alive. I didn't know this. Fighting Shogun and who is it? Shogun and Stefan Struve. Who broke his jaw?
Shogun, Nogueira, and then Struve's fighting the other Nogueira.
Yeah.
So it's a weird card.
Let's just go over the card.
All right. Excuse me. All right, kicking off the early Fight Pass prelims, which will go down obviously on Fight Pass. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Hugo Viana taking on Guido Canetti. Freaking Argentinians with the weird names. Canetti was actually on UFC. I'm sorry, on Tough Latin America, Mexico versus Latin America. And was one of the guys. He was actually pretty solid. He had a fight where he should have won, and somehow the judges went against him, which is really super weird. And I kept saying, I was like, dude, he won that fight. When he lost that, it was just weird. So that's gonna be your very first fight of the night. After that, Vitor Miranda, who was on Tough Brazil, taking on Clint Hester, which I believe was on Tough too. Yep. On one of the Tough 19, was it, or 18?
I think it was 18. Yeah, I think it was 18.
One of those. He was on there. Anyway. That's your Fight Pass prelims. After that, your Fox Sports 1 prelims kicked off 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Yuri Alcantara taking on Leandro Issa. Then after that, Warley Alves against Nordine Taleb. And then here's a weird fight. Rafael Cavalcante against Patrick Cummins. Patrick Cummins coming off, I believe, a loss, if I'm not mistaken. So if I might be mistaken, obviously. But Patrick Cummins is a tough wrestler. He's the guy that pissed off Daniel Cormier into getting his ass, and then got the shit kicked out of him. This is a weird fight for me, so I mean it'll be interesting, but we'll see. And then the one, I agree with you. This might be one of the two fight, probably the only fight I'm really looking forward to, and it's in the prelims. Neil Magny is Damian Maia, both exciting guys. Even Damian Maia, who used to butt scoot towards you, trying to fucking grab your legs, now he's actually a little more exciting. What do you think about this fight?
Neil Magny's gonna take this one. I really do think Neil Magny can take this one. I think he has the right skills in his arsenal and the right head for the fight right now. I think he just has a good head on his shoulders right now for the fight. I like Damian Maia. He's been shocking me recently. Ever since he lost to Anderson Silva, he's been picking up his game. Mm-hmm. So we'll see, but I'm excited for this fight.
All right, those are your Fox Sports 1 prelims. Then the main card only on pay-per-view if you decide to buy it. Claudia Gadelha taking on Jessica Aguilar. Jessica Aguilar thinking she's the #1 strawweight in the world, but you kind of got to look at who she's fighting, who she fought against in was it World Series of Fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to kind of look who she fought. Not that impressive. So this is definitely going to be a test for her. Jessica Aguilar ranked 15th. Claudia Gadelha ranked #1. So you got to think that this might sort of be for a title shot for Gadelha in a rematch against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Oh, yeah. After that, we get heavyweights. Antonio Bigfoot Silva against Soa Palele. Heavyweights are fun to watch, and then it's in Brazil, so then at altitude, so we might get to see some cool. But it's post TRT Bigfoot, so I'm not sure how impressive it could be. Yeah. So then the return of Stefan Struve again taking on Minotauro Nogueira, who again we were talking about. We didn't even know they were still fighting, but much less alive. Then Reginaldo Vieira against Delano Lopez, I'm not sure. And again, I'm not even sure who that is, and I probably should know. But at the same time, it's on the main card and a pay-per-view. That's just no, dude. That's just signs that you shouldn't buy it. And by the way, they threw 7 fights on this main card, so it's a weird one.
Yeah,
it's a weird one, and it starts kind of late. Mike Jarvis knows where we're going. Anyway, so let's talk real quick. Let's talk about the co-main event. This is a rematch from a baller fucking fight back in the day. Mauricio Shogun Rua against Antonio Rogero Nogueira. This was a baller fight back in the day. It was one of the craziest fights ever. Do you expect any kind of replay from that fight, or are these guys just too old to do it?
They're too old. We're not going to get the same fight that we had last time. Honestly, I think Shogun's going to end up knocking him out. It's bound to happen. Shogun still has his hands. But then again, Shogun gasses a lot easier now too. So he goes to the ground. We have Nogueira taking it. I think it'll be entertaining, but it's not going to be as entertaining as the first fight.
All right. So I agree with that. I don't think it's going to be anything as the first fight either, but I think it should be a good fight regardless. All right. Let's talk about this. This is the controversy within Crossbones itself all over Twitter. Mike Jarvis is wondering what the fuck's wrong with you. Ronda Rousey is defending her belt against Bethe Correia. Obviously, Ronda Rousey's going to win. But for some weird freaking reason, something wrong with you, boy, and you're picking Bethe Correia. Now explain to the people why you're picking Bethe Correia.
All right. Me and Eddie and I talked about it before the show. I don't know. I like I quote unquote like Ronda Rousey. I think that I know there's a possibility. There's a huge possibility. It's like 99% sure she's going to win. But that's how I was with the Anderson. I saw that. That's what I said about the Anderson Silva fight. And I just had a weird-ass feeling that whole week that Chael Sonnen was – I mean, not Chael Sonnen, that Chris Weidman was going to beat Anderson Silva. I was nervous that whole fight. I just had that feeling, and I have the same feeling right now. I think that something's up. Ronda Rousey calling her out in Brazil. She's already there training. She's showing off her nutrition plan and – all her workouts, what she's planning to do for the fight. I just have a bad feeling about the fight. I really do think Correia is going to end up taking the fight. I honestly do think this.
So Ronda Rousey's doing everything right, everything correctly, and as she should have to hold on to her title, and you still think she's going to lose.
Yes, I just have that feeling. If she wins, hell yeah, I'm pretty sure she's going to win. But I just have that feeling that it's two undefeated fighters going for it, and they're in Brazil. Bethe is pissed, and so is Ronda, but I just think, I don't know, I think Bethe can take this one.
She's not going to, first of all. There's no way. It's not happening. I know a lot of times you get people, that 1% chance. The 1% chance I give her is Ronda Rousey. I'll give her a 1% chance that this fight might go to the third round just for the fact that Ronda Rousey wants to beat her ass so badly. All right? That Ronda might let it go to the third round. But at the same time, dude, I mean, come the fuck on. Bethe Correia hasn't fought anybody. Jessamyn Duke? Fucking Shayna Baszler? What?
Hey, don't hate on Shayna Baszler now. You can't hate on Shayna
Baszler.
You can't.
Shayna Baszler was done. She was done 3 years ago.
So actually, we can't see you, by the way.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh
so
shit.
She beat 3 out of the 4 women. Cool. That's her
two
whole
of the
3.
2.
Oh yeah, 2. She beat 2. Yeah, I forgot about that. She beat 2 of the 4. She beat Julie Kedzie, split decision. She beat Jessamyn Duke, split decision, and then she knocked the hell out of Shayna Baszler, who's a monster in herself. She doesn't go down easily, as you saw in her last fight. But I don't know, dude. I just have that feeling.
No, there's no feeling because
Ronda Rousey is gonna lose her belt.
No, she's not. All these names you just said right now,
yep.
A casual fan would be like, Who?
Who?
You and I know who Julie Kedzie is. Nobody else
I know who Julie Kedzie is.
I said you and I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Nobody else does. Casual fans don't know who Julie Kedzie is. They don't know she works at Invicta now. Barely anybody knows who Jessamyn Duke is, and anyone that does, because they've seen her on WWE at the Royal Rumble, or they've seen her on Ronda Rousey's Instagram, or whatever the fuck's going on with that, or the movie with Ronda Rousey. Shayna Baszler, she's actually, you can make a case Shayna Baszler is one of the pioneers of women's MMA. She should be regarded as one of the first, one of the most legendary women's MMA fighters. But she's done so bad when the spotlight's been on her, in the UFC, that people think she's a bum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she hasn't beat anybody, man. Kvetchko has no names. Meanwhile, Ronda Rousey, let's go over these names real quick. Just
We already
starting
know
off.
she beat the whole damn division basically.
It's my turn. It's my turn, bro. You've been going. All right. Let's start off just in Strike Force. Okay. Sarah DeLello, technical submission armbar. Julia Butt, armbar. Come on, bro. Misha Tate, armbar. Sarah Kaufman was supposed to was it Sarah Kaufman that was supposed to which Sarah Kaufman is it? Now I can't fucking remember. See exactly. Hold up a second. Pulling up Sarah Kaufman. Oh yeah, Sarah Kaufman, who might be the most annoying Canadian on the freaking planet, loses them via armbar and Strike Force. Then you get Liz Carmouche in the UFC. Liz Carmouche, former Marine, tough ass chick by the way. Gets Ronda in trouble. Doesn't matter. Armbar, first round. Okay. Misha Tate talks all that shit. Oh, I know how to beat this girl. I've seen the holes on in Ronda Rousey's game and all that shit. And I want to see her holes too, but I've seen the holes in Ronda Rousey's game and shit. Okay. Armbar. Okay. Sarah McMahon, a wrestler, could beat the judo girl. It's gonna take her down. The ground game's gonna be on her. Okay. Liver shot, TKO, knee to the body. It was over. Alexis Davis. Oh, I'm girl power. I'm gonna win, but she's crying on the way to the freaking ring, cage. All right. KO. Gets fucking judo, tosses shit to the ground, gets knocked out. Kat Zingano, it's my destiny. I'm gonna win. Makes a stupid mistake. Rushes a judoka. It's taken down an armbar in the most awkward way ever. No one knew what the hell was. It was one of those wins where she tapped out. Okay. Where Zingano tapped out and no one knew that the fight was over. Okay. Ronda not only destroys everyone that comes at her, she does it in impressive fashion. Okay, it's incredible. Now, Mike Jarvis makes a good point. Now, I don't know if you saw the open workouts, but he said, "Did you see the Betch's open workout video? She's too slow. Her judo is horrendous, and that slow motion H-bomb is ridiculous." He's right. Okay, she's nowhere near Ronda Rousey. If for Betch Correia to win, Ronda Rousey has to not make weight. Or not make it to the arena on fight night. That's basically it. Okay? So, I'm sorry. You're not winning. Ketchko is losing. And she's losing royally. Royally. Okay? It's going to be a sad day for Nick Land because you're going to get mobbed on Twitter by everybody.
Perfectly fine.
When Betch Correia, time out. When Betch Correia gets fucked up this Saturday, tweet Nick directly at Nick X Micro. Just shit on him for hours. Until he's in a corner in his apartment in tears, okay, and then tweets me to call everybody off, and then maybe I'll do it, okay. But that's blasphemy, sir.
That shit's not gonna happen. So we still can't see you, by the way.
No, don't worry about it. I'm quit on this camera. In fact, people might be able to see me, but I don't think you can see me for some reason. But don't worry about it. Continue.
All right, but I just don't know, dude. I just have that. I know it sounds crazy. I thought it was crazy too. I still think it's crazy. I have that fucking feeling.
You know what's funny?
Look,
nobody get offended. This is a complete joke, but the way you're talking right now sounds like you're coming out, dude. Like it sounds crazy to me too, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know my feelings inside, man. Like, I know you're not. I'm just saying that's what it sounds like.
No, it feels weird because.
See, that's what I'm saying. It feels weird. Okay,
listen, it's weird because she's calling her out. She called her out. Awesome. When the hell has Ronda Rousey called anyone out? One.
True.
Two. When has she called someone out and offered to go to their home country to whoop their ass? Two. Three. She's in Brazil right now training. Yeah, her open workout scared the shit out of me. It scared every kid. Every man right now pissed themselves when they saw her throw her training partner and hip toss him like 3 times. Okay. She has that motivation, that confidence, and I'm not calling you out, but like that Kane had, that I'm the shit, I'm the champ, I'm gonna do this. There's no doubt. Like, yeah, she's training her ass off, but it's a different type of fight for me. I think it's just a different fight. Like her last fight against what the fuck's her name? I can't remember right now. Kat Zingano. Like Kat was supposed to be that person, right? She was supposed to be that person. Bet she isn't that person to beat her. No one's saying that she's gonna beat her. Sarah McMahon was that person to take her to the ground and submit her. No. Alexis Davis was that person to show her wrestling skills. No. Kat Zingano was supposed to knock her out. No. Misha Tate fought her and she learned everything. Maybe she's a person beater. No. No one is counting on Betch Correia to win. And I think that gives her even more confidence to win. Because no one was counting on Chris Weidman to win. No one was counting on Verdum to win. No one was counting on Chris Weidman to win.
I picked Chris Weidman.
Hell no. Hell no.
Yes, I did.
He was still.
You off.
He was one of the biggest underdogs that time. Ever. And Anderson Silva got knocked the fuck out. You don't. It's just. I don't know. It's just a different fighter. It's a different atmosphere.
I get your comparison with Kane, but the difference is Kane didn't train. Kane fucking got cocky. I think Ronda Rousey sees examples like those and was like, I better get that to Brazil. Alexander
Gustafsson was the person that. Who the hell is this guy? John Jones is gonna stuff him. He's gonna beat his ass. But look what the fuck happened.
Okay. If you're going by that example, that's a possibility.
Perfect example.
But it's not gonna happen.
It's just different.
I need to
read your tweets because I'm getting blown up right now.
Hold up. All right, I'm gonna let me go on one by one here. This is great. Mike Jarvis tweets back. Weidman had skills to back him up. Betch has a Brazilian ass. That's it. And that's very true. She got an ass.
I noticed that, by the way. I noticed that. That was awesome.
Fucked up. Sorry, Betch Correia's faces is no good. I'm sorry. All right, I apologize for pissing off ugly people. And I'm an ugly dude. I already know. All right, y'all don't gotta tell me. Anyway, Andrew Reed tweets in. Just tuned in. Is Nick still blathering on about Ronda losing for fuck's sake? And then he tweets. I gotta pull this up if I can get it. Hold up.
Yeah, he tweeted that at me earlier. I think it's today.
This is easily the best. I guess I would say meme. Is this a meme? You would say meme, right?
I guess you'd say meme.
Okay, send this to anyone. Send it to anyone that just says the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, I saved it just to do that.
Goes, you there? Fuck off. And then when you get there, fuck off from there too. Then fuck off some more. Then keep fucking off till you get back here. Then fuck off again. Okay, that shit is gold. All right. So look, even the internet disagrees with you. All right. So Mike Jarvis, what's up? Go ahead.
Ronda hasn't even touched her, and she already embarrassed her already, and she already embarrassed every other fighter. But Betch isn't saying anything. She's just saying, "I'm going in there. I'm gonna win."
You want to know? I bet she didn't say anything because she fucked up and started talking about suicide and shit, and she's like, "Oh, I should have shut up." No, this chick is mad.
I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So Betch is fucking up. All right. So you got anything else you want to bring up?
No.
All right. World Series of Fighting has a new CEO. I'm not sure anyone cares really, but the only reason I'm saying is because it doesn't mean Ray Seffo's out. Ray Seffo's still president, but the CEO is just a different guy. I think he's a former. I think he worked in media. I think. Anyway, so that's other news right now. All right, that's gonna be it actually. Because
the only bad news, I'm not going to UFC 192. I'm fucking pissed off.
Why?
There's some shit that might happen. I don't know if I'm going to Houston that weekend. I'm supposed to because it's my girlfriend's birthday weekend. But if I get this opportunity that we've been talking about, I probably won't be going. But I want to fucking go. Because that card is stacked.
Okay. We'll talk about this after the show then because I want details. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to In the Pocket. My name is Eddie Law. That's Nick Pilecki. Follow him at Nick X Micro. Follow me at Elaw31. Follow the page at CrossBonesMMA. And big thanks to the guys over at FightBookMMA.com, the good peoples. And shout out to Stand and Bang. Great episode with John Wayne Barr. You should definitely check that out.
Yes.
All right. And if you haven't checked out the Musings podcast that they do, you need to. All right. That shit is gold. So shout out to all those guys over there. And thanks for tuning in. We'll check you guys out later. And have a good day.
Later.